So I'm just doing this video on the PC Stitch and Stitch Fiddle. And I wanted to just let you know that I am not sponsoring any one of them. I am just clearly giving my opinion, which is basically a review on PC Stitch and Stitch Fiddle. I am basically letting you guys know what is better and what's not, and what we use and why we use it. So just use your discretion. I'm not saying to use either one more than the other. I'm just clearly giving you facts that I did research with, and now you're about to get what you've been asking for. I get a lot of slack for this, y'all. Some people be like dogging me out because they love Stitch Fiddle. Stitch Fiddle is what they use. They don't have no problems. They don't know what I'm talking about. If I'm going to sell something to somebody, not only do I want it to look good, quality means so much to me. Professionalism means so much to me. I just have an eye for art. So if I see something and I'm looking at this art, I want to see them bold lines. When we crochet, we're crocheting single and half double for Graphghan. So single and half double, it's like a jagged because you're going one way on one row and this way on another row. So you keep doing that, it's going to be kind of jagged, right? So that means that your stitches are going this way and that way. So that means that your color are going this way and then that way. So that means that that one solid line on a graph may not be a solid line on your blanket. It starts to look like zigzag. So if you have a graph and the grapher will not be from this group at all. So if it's a grapher who made a graph for you and you see the lines that are like dots that are not connected. So if you are not connecting the dots, or if you can play connect the dots, that's not a good idea. It's kind of sort of a bad graph, and it can sort of distort your work. If you're gonna sell your work, you want the best quality. So if you think it's good and you believe it's best quality for you, I have nothing to say. That's your work. When it comes down to Graphghan, there's no set rules. When it comes down to crocheting, there's no set rules. I'm only here to tell you what I feel is the most professional thing to do, especially when you want to make money and you want to sell it. Do not crochet something, and because you know what it is, you're saying, I made this, but nobody knows what it is. If we have to guess what you crocheted, that's a problem for me. And then you want to sell your stuff for $80, $100. And somebody might buy it. They might be like, oh, that's hot, because it's different. If they like it and they want to pay it, good for you. I can't do it. I can't do it. I need for you to see what I'm doing. I need for you to see my lines, which are bold. I don't want to sit up here and crochet one dot here, one dot there, one dot here, one dot here. Are you out of your mind? And then to actually sit there and crochet it, that's not a good idea. So I'm just here to say, I don't want to step on anybody's toes, because this has been something that, for some apparent reason, I think Stitch Fiddle came out like a couple of years ago. PC Stitch been out and keep using it. So I don't fault anybody. If they wanted to argue with me, I actually do not fault you, because that's what you know. So that's why I'm here to tell you the difference. You see, this is Stitch Fiddle, right? I tried, like I said, I tried. What I did was, I did the same exact I did the same exact picture that I did with PC Stitch. I used the same exact colors. I used the same exact size. And if you could tell, there's like a number of colors over here, like crazy. So you would have to literally like take one color and like change it. You could fill, so that's a good thing. You could take the pill, P-A-I-L, and fill in those areas. So that's one good thing. In this area, you could do the same thing, but I think you have to pay for that part, if I'm not mistaken. So this is the part in the video, because this is a video of where I was playing with the size. I was playing with the colors. I was playing with the amount of colors, and I just couldn't do it. It was frustrating because I know at least with PC Stitch, with PC Stitch you could like cut and paste, and you could do so much more with it. So yeah, this is me like taking different pieces of the graph and putting it together, where you can't do that on Stitch Fiddle. So if you see, if you saw the picture, which I have already in the group, this is PC Stitch, and this is what PC Stitch do. PC Stitch allows you to take multiple images and put the images together. I don't see that option in Stitch Fiddle, so I don't think that wouldn't work if I wanted to do my own type of image and put that together. So that's something that I can't do. But again, if you're just looking for a simple photo and you put it in Stitch Fiddle, then you know, maybe that'll work. Here we go. This is the part where I think I add everything all together. I just felt like that it was still a lot of little dead space at the bottom. So because it was a little dead space at the bottom, I decided to add the poodle. I told y'all, this is like how my mind be working. My mind goes crazy. Like, I be thinking of what I'm trying to do in my head, so I have to execute it. So when you guys ask me to do something, I start having it in my head. And when it's in my head, man, you guys, it's like I brainstorm and I try to do a photo that nobody has. So you guys cannot tell me that there's a photo out there with this lineup right here. You can't tell me, because that is not, nope, it's not. I'm originally doing it on my own. Now, if you want to, yeah, this is a picture, that's a picture, and the lady, she's a picture. But I added it all together. So, but this is basically the conclusion of the PC Stitch. Whereas Stitch Fiddle, like I said, I was not able to do none of this. It actually allowed that same exact photo that I put in. I had to just leave it like that. I think what you can do with Stitch Fiddle though is you can like manually do some things, but it takes a lot longer to do it. But there's no cut and paste, and if it is, I didn't see it. If it is cut and paste, it makes no sense because you can't really clean out all of those little dots. So, and if you could clean out all of those dots, it's going to take you like 3 hours. Well, me, it'll take 3 hours. Somebody else who don't graph all day, every day, it'll probably take them like a whole 2 months, or probably, I don't know. I just don't think it's a good idea to use Stitch Fiddle. Now, if you want to use it for your own personal use, then I can't say no. I can't say don't do it. I can't say that at all. But this is how I got to my final say so with this image because, like, again, this is what I do for you guys. I sit there and I play with it. So I wanted you to see the split screen of PC Stitch 11, which is what I use, and what some of you may use, which is Stitch Fiddle. Now, the program itself is basically for, well, PC Stitch is basically for cross stitch. And cross stitch is different than when you're actually doing crochet. Stitch Fiddle, it gives you a little bit more than just cross stitching. But I do the tutorial on PC Stitch 11 and I show a lot of people how to use it. And so far, so good. You know, we do very well when it comes to our graphs. The next video, which is going to be part 2, I'm going to show the differences between PC Stitch 11 graphs and Stitch Fiddle graphs. So you guys can see not just the software, which I'm showing you now, but you're going to see the actual products, the graph and the final product.